You know, what if I told you that the entire game plan for one of the biggest platforms on the planet was hiding in plain sight, on a part of the page you've probably seen 1,000 times, but never really looked at? Well, today, we're going to uncover YouTube's hidden blueprint. Let's dive in.
I mean, seriously, think about it. Have you ever gone all the way down? You scroll past all the recommended videos, you get through the comments section, and you keep going, right to the very, very bottom. Most of us just ignore what's down there. But that's exactly where we're going to find our blueprint.
And there it is. Yeah, I know, it looks like a super boring list of legal links, right? But it's not. This single line of text, this is YouTube's entire strategy. It's their operational manual, just laid out for anyone who cares to look. This isn't just a footer, folks. It's a blueprint for a digital empire, and we're going to break it down piece by piece. Okay, so let's start right at the beginning. The first few links here are all about how YouTube presents itself to the rest of the world. This is its official handshake, its corporate business card. So you've got about, that's their official story, the mission statement they want you to hear. Then there's press, which is basically their direct line to journalists. Copyright is absolutely fundamental. It's the legal framework that everything else is built on, protecting both creators and the platform. And contact us is, well, it's the front door for anyone with an official question. It's the basic corporate stuff, the foundation.
But a public face is just the start, right? Right after that, the blueprint shows us what's really going on in the engine room. And this whole machine, it runs on 3 very distinct groups of people.
And this right here is the true core of YouTube. It's not just a place to watch videos. It's this incredibly delicate ecosystem built on 3 essential pillars. You have the creators, who make all the stuff we watch, the advertisers, who pay for it all, and the developers, who build the stage for this whole show. Take away any one of these, and the entire platform would just fall apart.
So first up, the creators. They are the lifeblood of this thing. They're the whole reason we even come to YouTube in the first place. I mean, from your favorite vloggers to massive production studios, they create the value that brings us all here. Without them, YouTube is basically just a really expensive, empty warehouse.
But, passion doesn't pay the server bills. And that's where the second pillar comes in. The advertisers. They are the economic engine. They're the ones who provide the fuel. They pay to get their ads in front of the huge audiences that creators build up. And that money, it funds YouTube itself, and maybe most importantly, it flows back to the creators, giving them a real reason to keep making great stuff. It's the circuit that powers everything.
And then you've got the third pillar, the one we don't always think about. The developers. These are the architects, the people working behind the scenes. They're not just keeping the lights on. They're building the upload tools for creators, the analytics dashboards, the systems that serve the ads. They build the entire digital world where all this happens. They're the unsung heroes of the platform.
So, what happens when you have a public face at a massive 3-part engine with millions of people interacting every single second? Well, you need rules. A lot of them. This next part of the blueprint is basically the legal and social contract for this whole digital nation. And this is a really brilliant way to see the 2 sides of the legal coin. The terms, that's your end of the deal. It's the contract you agree to just by showing up and using the service. But privacy, that's their end of the deal. That's the contract where they promise you how they're going to protect your data. So one is the rules for you, and the other is the promises from them. Now, if terms and privacy are the big, overarching constitution, then think of policy and safety as the local laws. This is the stuff that affects you day to day. The community guidelines, the moderation rules, this is what determines if a video gets to stay up or gets taken down. It's the active rulebook that keeps the whole community running. Okay, so we've got the public face, the engine room, and the rules of the road. But this final part of the blueprint, this is where things get really interesting. It's like we get a peek under the hood to see how this whole machine actually changes and evolves.
It's a great question, isn't it? We see new buttons or different layouts pop up all the time. But how does that happen? Is it just random? No way. The blueprint actually gives us the answer.
Check this out. The link, How YouTube Works, is their official explanation of how the system runs right now. That's step 1, the baseline. Then you see that link, Test New Features? That's literally their public research and development lab where they invite some of us to try out what's coming next. The whole process is right there. First, understand the current system, then experiment with new ideas to build the future. It's all there in the footer. So now let's just step back and put all these pieces back together. We've taken this simple little line of text apart, and by reassembling it, we can finally see the complete blueprint in all its, well, elegant simplicity.
And there it is. 4 simple parts. The public face, how they want the world to see them. The engine, the creators, advertisers, and developers who actually make it run. The rules, the terms and policies that govern this digital country. And the tech, how the whole platform works and how it evolves. It all just flows in perfect logical order.
And then there's one final piece. After all those links, at the very end, you see this, the signature of the architect. It's just a little reminder that behind this incredible, unbelievably complex ecosystem is Google, the ultimate owner of the blueprint, the platform, and this entire digital world it created.
So, the next time you find yourself scrolling all the way to the bottom of a web page, any web page, take a second to look at the footer. You're not just looking at a boring list of links. You might be looking at a map, a strategy, a blueprint. And the question I want to leave you with is this. Now that you know how to read it, what are you going to see differently?